Hi, Jack Jackway. We had our open board meeting tonight. We had about 11 people, I think, attend outside of the board of directors members. Went from 7 until 8 o'clock, it's pretty quick. I wanted to go over the highlights with you. First and foremost, and it's a subject I wanted to bring up first, and it's one I feel strongly about, and I speak for the board. In the past 4 months, 2 little dogs have been killed in our community by coyotes. Coyotes have jumped the fences, killed little dogs. That's bad enough. But what we have found is that there's somebody, we don't know who it is, we don't know if it's a resident, we don't know who it is, but they're actually putting bowls, big canisters, and filling them with water so that animals have something to drink. I can appreciate them wanting to take care of animals. God knows I love animals. I love our dogs. But we are not in favor, in any way, shape, or form, of putting out water or food to attract wild animals into our community. That's unsafe for our children. That's unsafe for my grandchildren, for anybody's grandchildren, and especially for little dogs. I found 4 or 5 of them on walking the wash, as I often do, to see how things are going. I broke them and threw them away. Our landscaper found 6 or 7 of them, threw them away. We had a neighbor down at the end of 79th Place find a couple, actually confront one of the people he thought was putting the water in. Pleasantries were exchanged. He destroyed the bowls. I've instructed our landscapers and any board member and anybody that's walking the trail, if you see a bowl in there, you see somebody doing it, you let the board of directors know as fast as you can. Let Karima at City Properties Management know as fast as you can. The board unanimously agrees that this isn't allowed, not in our community. So please, help police our community. Do not put out water for the coyotes, the bobcats, the javelinas. No. You want to go put it somewhere? Go put it in some other community. But don't put it here. If we find it, we'll destroy it. If I find it, I'll report it to the police. And I'm encouraging anybody else to do it. You're creating a danger for our community. Okay, let's get off of that one. We went over our financials. We're in good shape. We've got about $120,000 in the savings and checking account of the master community. Our gated community reserves are just fine. Things are going well. We'll be under budget this year, even with the expenses that we've had to incur that we didn't expect to incur because of the storms as it applied to the wash. But overall, we're in good shape. And we've approved the 2026 budget. We did that last time. Every homeowner should have received by now on paper a complete budget. And if you didn't, or you threw it away by mistake, it's on the City Properties Management website. If anybody has any questions about the budget or wants to talk about it, for goodness sakes, give me a call, send me an email. Please feel free. We then spent a lot of time updating people on where we were with the storm drain. Michael Foster, Donna Roush, and in particular Donna Roush, has really done a yeoman's job. Everybody has, but Donna has really taken it upon herself to get the storm drains cleaned out. My God, they were in bad shape. The storm drain on Sands, just outside of Entrada de Oro, once Donna and the landscaper cleared it out, it ran for over 40 minutes of junk coming out of there, and it still got sediment in there. The storm drain on over by Miller and Los Gatos it's even in worse shape, for goodness sakes. The storm drain people said they've never seen a storm drain that bad. I don't think people have cleaned these things for years. No wonder we had so many mosquitoes. Anyway, storm drains are clean. They cleaned 10 storm drains. Thanks to Keely and her family and Michael Foster for finding the storm drain that was in the middle of some brush. How somebody found it is beyond me. Anyhow, Those are cleaned out. We got with the city of Scottsdale. They approved all the stuff we're doing. We cleared out the vegetation that was creating an infestation home for the mosquitoes. We've worked with the city of Scottsdale, and they're going to clean out the culverts. And by the way, working with the city of Scottsdale, we cut our costs in half of getting the debris out of there because they picked up the debris and were kind enough to go do that. So from our perspective, the association now has, and again, thanks to Donna working with storm drains, we'll now finally have a map of where every storm drain empties out into the wash. We've never had that. Amcor never had records of it. The city didn't have records of it. And now we will for all future generations, and it'll be posted on the website where every storm drain is. And we'll be keeping an annual maintenance budget to make sure they're continue to be clean. The association has done just about everything we can think of in terms of making sure there's no standing water, getting rid of the infestation vegetation that contributed to the mosquitoes, and we've fogged twice actually. And here's the point: the board realizes how sensitive misting or fogging is. Half the board are very adamant that we shouldn't be doing it, and half the board feel it's okay to do it. But here's the point: we are very sensitive to that, and we want to try to respect everybody's views. We've done everything humanly possible to clear the drains, get rid of the standing water, and make sure that if and when we get more rains, it runs right out. So it minimizes standing water. We've also worked with Mosquito Squad. They've agreed to give discounts to any homeowners of Sonoran Hills. I'll be putting in the email that's attached to this letter will be the name and telephone number of Mosquito Squad. Tell them you're from Sonoran Hills. They tell me that they've got great solutions for backyards, both in terms of permanent misters, like they have at restaurants, I guess, and other techniques. I strongly encourage you, if you're still having mosquito issues, to get with Mosquito Squad and let us know. But I can't begin to tell you how much effort Donna Roush put into this. She's a volunteer. Bless her heart. She has busted her butt to do what's right for the community, and we all owe her a great deal of thanks. So bless your heart, Donna. Thank you so much. Your work is just tremendous. Okay, we've talked about the wash. We've talked about our financials. One other subject, there were a couple other subjects that required a motion, and to be honest with you, they're pretty perfunctory. But the one I did want to talk to you about is for the members of the gated community. We found out the other day that Pinnacle Peak Country Club is going to be replacing their roads. It's going to cost them $3 million, much more than they had in reserves and much more than they thought it was going to cost. So we've gotten with an engineering company, the same one that's doing theirs. We've asked them to come out and give us an evaluation. For the gated communities, we've got about 225, 230,000 in each of the respective reserves. We're going to spend $1,500 per each of those reserves to have them come out and say, okay, look, your reserve study that you currently have is about 8 to 10 years old. Costs have gone up significantly. Technology has changed a great deal. Here's what we think the situation is. Here are your core samples. Here's what we think you ought to do to maximize the length of the life of your roads. And as a result of that, we'll be able to evaluate when, what, how we do what we go do, and are our reserves enough. It's a necessary study. For those of you that don't know, the roads in the 3 gated communities are private roads. They're not part of the City of Scottsdale public roads. So we own them. And that's why the gated communities have separate dues over and above the master community dues. That's part of living within the gated communities to go do that. So we voted on that, and the board approved to move ahead with that study. The money for the evaluation does not come out of the master community. It comes out of the respective specified reserves for each of those communities. And I hope that makes sense. In the end, let me see, did I miss anything? What did I miss? What did I miss? I think that's it. For the most part, with the exception of how bad those rains were and how bad the storm drains were, things are going okay. I'll have an end of year brief for you sometime in December, and we'll announce when our annual meeting is sometime during the first quarter. I'm happy, the board is happy that we didn't have to raise dues. We think we're moving along pretty well, and I would encourage any of you, if you have any questions, any concerns, any issues, again, send me an email. Hope all is well. And if I don't talk to you before, I hope you and your families have just the happiest of Thanksgivings and the most wonderful Christmas you could have. Bless your hearts. Take care. When I'm walking my two dogs, say hi now and then. Take care. Bye-bye.